so here's what we're doing. This one gets a little bit fancier, okay? So I'm going to do 2 of these problems for you, and then we're going to go back and do a couple of the other ones just to make sure you're good with that. But this is like example 4 in the book. If you ever want to go back and look at what's going on with it, it's example 4. And it says this: a student ran the 40-yard dash in 5.8 seconds.
No.
Okay. What is their speed in miles per hour? Okay, so we're trying to convert yards per second to miles per hour. So what you do is you start with the information you were given, 40 yards per 5.8 seconds. So which one of those do you think should go on top? Yards, right? Because we want yards per second is what we're starting with. Okay, so yards on top. So it's 40 yards per 5.8 seconds. Okay, that's our starting point. I'm going to do our starting in red. Now we have 2 different things we have to do here. We have to convert our yards into what? Into miles, right? We're going to convert yards into miles. And we have to convert our seconds into what?
Minutes.
Into hours. Okay? But we are going to have to do minutes first to get there. So I'm going to do these color-coded so you can see where I'm doing the different conversions. I'm going to do yards to miles in green, and I'm going to do seconds to hours in purple, so you can see that they're not happening at the same time. Okay? We're doing a conversion factor for one and then a conversion factor or 2 for the other. Okay, so we start with this. And on the test, I always give you this stuff, like I'll show you how many things you have to do. Okay? Do you know a conversion factor for yards to miles?
Oh, I do.
You do?
I do.
That's really impressive. I don't.
Actually, I know miles.
Miles to what?
Miles, feet.
Yes, okay, so
5,280.
5 tomato. Did you learn it as 5 tomato? So feet to miles, a lot of people know. And feet to yards, a lot of people know. What?
For yards to miles, 1,720. Yards. No? 1,000?
I don't think so.
270.
Okay, so here's the setup. Right now, we're just looking at the distance stuff, okay? We're at yards. We want to get to miles. So if I want to cancel out yards and start with going to feet, where are my yards going to go right now? If I want to cancel out yards, they're currently on top. How do we cancel them out? Put them on the bottom. Okay, and I know a conversion for yards to feet. I don't know yards to miles. Okay, so we can say that 3 feet is 1 yard. And now notice, now our problem is in feet per second, right? We have feet and we have seconds. We don't want feet. We want miles. Okay, so now we have to go from feet to miles. Where are we going to put feet in this problem? On the bottom. We want to cancel them out. Okay, so feet to miles. This is a conversion that you're going to have to use a lot. So if you don't know 5 tomato, is how a lot of people learn it. Learn it. Okay, 5,280. 5,280. 5 tomato is a lot of how people think of it. So 1 mile is 5,280 feet. Now our feet are gone. And we are in miles. And that's what we want to be in. So you're done converting for distance. I'm going to change colors because now we're going to convert for time. Okay, so we started way over here at the very beginning with seconds. I want to cancel out my seconds so I can get to hours. Most people don't know seconds to hours, so we're going to go seconds to what first? Minutes. Everyone knows seconds to minutes. So if seconds is currently on bottom and I want to cancel it out, where should I put it? On top, right? Seconds divided by seconds will cancel those seconds out. So seconds on top to minutes on bottom. What number is going to go on top? 60 seconds is what? 1 minute. Okay? So now my seconds cancel out. And now I have miles per minute. Is that what we were looking for?
Nope.
No, we're looking for what?
Hours.
Miles per hour. So now we're going to convert those minutes into hours.
Then you're gonna want to
Where am I putting minutes?
on the top.
On the top. We want to cancel it out because we have minutes on bottom. And we're going to convert it to hours. Okay? So the minutes go away. How many minutes for how many hours? 60 minutes is 1 hour. It's a long problem, right? But if you take it one little step at a time, it's not bad. You just can't think of it as all the things you have to do at once. Break down one thing at a time, okay? So now here's what it's going to look like on your test. You'll see all that, and then it's going to say equals, and there will be another bar here. Something over something. What you need to do at that point is you need to figure out what your numerator is when you multiply it all. Okay, so if I multiply all of that yellow, I get 40 times 3 times 60 times 60. Do you see that? 40 times 3 times 1 doesn't change anything. Times 60 times 60. So if I plug that in, 40 times 3 times 60 times 60, I was adding. I need to be multiplying. Okay, you get a really big number. You get this number, 432,000. Okay, then you look at your bottom, and on bottom, you need to multiply all of this, which really is only two different numbers, right? You have 5.8, 1, 5,280, 1, and 1. You don't have to plug in the ones. Are you with me right now? Put your iPad away. So you're just going to do 5.8 times 5,280. When you do that, you get this number, 30,624. Okay? That is not pretty. That doesn't tell us anything. We don't know what that is as a speed, right? What do you think you do with that? You divide it. So you're going to go 432,000 divided by 30,624, and you get this. Okay, this will be 14 point, we're going to round to the nearest tenth, 14.1 miles per hour. Or you may write it like this, 14.1 miles per hour. Okay, so that is your answer, or you can leave it like this. Either way. So that person runs about 14 miles per hour. Girls, this is not going to help you with your math. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to do another one just like it, because the ones you see on your quizzes and tests are going to be just like this.
Miss, I have a
Yes.
question. How I can do it like, it's not trick, like I can do it like fast, because like I need a, this quiz I'm taking, I need to have like 2 hours for making.
No, you don't. It goes, once you get the hang of this, it's going to go quick. You'll be fine.
I need to do half, I need to, for doing 5, I need to do it like, I need to have like 2 hours.
No, you'll be fine. I promise. Okay, if I say you're going 1,000 feet per second, and I want to know what that is, we're going to do miles per hour again. Okay, we're going to turn it into miles per hour. Okay, we start with 1,000 feet per second. We're going to convert it to miles per hour. So this is 1,000 feet per 1 second. And I'm just gonna set this one up exactly how you would see it on the test, okay? So give me a second here. Okay, it's gonna look like this when you take this on a quiz or a test.
Oh, or you have the blanks?
You'll have the blanks so that you know exactly how many conversion factors you have to do. So how many conversion factors will you do here?
3.
3, right? This one, this one, this one, and then you'll get your new something divided by something, okay?
Oh, that's 4.
What?
4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, 1, 2, 3, and then this is equals, right? These are all multiplication. That's what it equals. Okay?
Please, I have a question.
Yeah.
I don't understand something. How you know how many 1,000 feet or say?
That's given to you.
Because like
They're saying like an animal, no, a gun shot a bullet at 1,000 feet per second.
oh,
Something like that, right? Something is moving at 1,000 feet per second. We want to know what is that in miles per hour. So we're just changing it. It's still the same thing. We're changing the units that we work in. Okay? Okay, so let's work this one out. If we are at feet and we want to get to miles, how many conversions is that going to take?
4. 3.
12 inches.
What are you doing over there?
Wait.
There's an
4.
ant.
Yes.
Okay.
wow.
So this is only going to take one conversion. Where are my feet going to go?
1.
In the top and the bottom.
Feet are going to go on the bottom to cancel out, which means miles are going to go on top. What number is going to go on top?
5, 2, no.
1,
And then
right?
5, 2.
1 mile is 5,280 feet. Okay? Your feet then go away, and we're in miles per second now. We don't want miles per second. We want miles per hour, okay? So we need to take those seconds and cancel them and get to something else. So where are seconds going to go to cancel them out? On top. Okay? And seconds convert to minutes. What do you put on top? 60 seconds is 1 minute. Okay? So our seconds are gone. Now we're in minutes. We want to get to hours. Where do minutes go? Minutes are going to go on top. Hours are going to go on bottom. What number is going on top? 60 minutes is the same as 1 hour. Okay? So minutes goes away. Now we're left with miles per hour, which is what we want. So we just have to multiply across now. So we're going to go 1,000 times 1 times 60 times 60. 1,000 times 60 times 60 is 3,600,000.
Wow.
Lots of zeros, right? Okay, that's your top. What's your bottom?
520.
5,280. 1 times 5,280 times 1 times 1. So it's just 5,280. And then we're going to divide that. You're just plugging it into your calculator. So that number divided by 5,280 comes out to... Did I multiply something funny? Oh, I did 1,000, and on here I did 100. Okay, sorry. So when you divide that, that comes out to 681.8 if we round to the nearest tenth. So it would be 681.8 what? Miles per hour. Okay? Yeah.
So, look, we'll go up there and I'll show you.
Sure.
So, let's say now how you did the feet first and you put
Show
it
me
on
right
the
here.
bottom.
Okay.
So you put the feet right there.
Mm-hmm.
What if, and then you put the seconds like over there. What if you did the seconds first?
You can do the seconds first and the miles and feet later.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep,
And then you
that's
would get
fine.
the same thing?
Yep, because they don't affect each other, so you can do them in either order. Good question. Any other questions? Okay, so this is the new concept for today. Let's just make sure you're good on yesterday's concept with just a couple questions. If I said 240 minutes equals some number of hours, okay? You start with 240 minutes times what? What goes on top?
1 hour.
Hours on top. What goes on bottom?
60 minutes.
Minutes, right? So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Now here's where you have to be careful. What are you doing with the 240 and the 60? You're dividing them. Because if you multiply here, 240 times 1 is your numerator, 240. On bottom, you have a 60. So it's really 240 divided by 60. So 240 minutes is 4 hours. Okay? So just pay attention. Am I multiplying or am I dividing with what my conversion factors are? Okay, do you want one more? Okay, last one. 15 gallons is how many quarts? It's 4 quarts in a gallon, right? So we're doing 15 gallons times what? What's going on top and what's going on bottom? Gallons on bottom to cancel it out. Quarts on top. What numbers? 4 quarts is 1 gallon. So are you multiplying these or dividing them? You're multiplying because it's 15 times 4, right? Numerator times numerator is 60. Your gallons canceled. Your bottom is just 1 over 1. So it's 60 over 1, which you can just call 60. And then your units are quarts. Okay, so pay attention. This one we divided because you had a number on the bottom. This one, both your numbers are numerators. You're just multiplying across. Okay? Questions on that?
No.